I'll just introduce myself really quickly. I'm Shelley Dew. I'm one of the project managers in the Southern California region with the Alliance for a Healthier Generation. We do host the America's Healthiest Schools Award and a whole wide range of resources in our action center so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but there's so many resources for educators to use to improve any kind of wellness initiatives that you all have. Um, and today we'll be having a panel discussion for the America's Healthiest Schools Award, just hosted by SBCSS. And I'll go ahead and introduce, or if Katie and Cecilia, I'll just, if you want to do introductions, but I can introduce you as well. But just let me know. Yeah.
I'm good. I am Katie Bartosh, principal of Berlin Elementary School, and excited to be here to kind of share some of our work today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cecilia Holguin with San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools, and I work for Student Services. I'm the Parent and Family Community Engagement Content Manager.
Awesome. And then if anyone wants to unmute or just type in the chat where what school they're at and what made you want to come to this webinar, please feel free.
Hi, I'm Monica Yella, principal of Euclid Elementary in Ontario, Montclair School District. And so just wanting to learn more information about how to apply. Thanks.
Okay. See Crystal put in the chat and Katie as well. So thank you all. And then I'll just get started with like the amount of recognition that both Berlin Elementary School has had, and then just the success stories of an all-star awardee school, and then also just sharing like what's been in the local news in the past year and success stories with the community schools that Cecilia has helped apply for the America's Healthiest Schools Award. This is just like really great examples of like what can happen in your community, what kind of information gets shared, and then the recognition that you get from just being awarded for the America's Healthiest Schools Award. And I'll share the links in the chat as well. Let me know. I'll share them after. But I'll go ahead with the panel discussion and just start with like some of the questions. And so for both Katie and Cecilia, like what was your original motivation in applying for the America's Healthiest Schools Award?
Yeah,
And just tell us your story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kick us off. So, with San Bernardino County, we have community schools. And so, our community schools are really alternative education sites. And what that means, we have a very unique school sites. So, if students are removed from their districts for expulsion, then we take them on. And so, with that, we see so many families coming, students really coming in and out of our programs, um, versus where districts may have a steady flow of students that they see from, kindergarten all the way up to high school. Our students may stay with us until graduation, or they may leave if they get their credits back up and go back to their districts. So we always have had a little bit of a challenge with family engagement and healthy awareness at our school sites. And really applying for this award has helped enhance our family and community engagement across all of our alternative education school sites. By participating really in this application process, it helped us get measurable goals together and create really a detailed action plan and connect more with our educational partners with necessary resources and information to improve our overall school wellness.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll share a little bit about our story. Coming out of COVID, one of my personal friends who works for Kaiser Permanente saw the struggles I was having in how to best support our students and staff and families. We knew coming back, we need to make sure our students and families are healthy, both mentally and physically, and just all around in a holistic view. And so he saw my struggles and said, hey, there's this webinar you may want to look into to help yourself provide better balance with your job and the challenges that you're facing. And that just kind of led to a spiral down this path for us that's been just amazing. And so we started out by just looking at the various assessment tools that were out there for us and picked off a few items and thought, let's just start there. And now it's just continued us down this journey. So really, it was just about providing, wellness to our whole community and making sure that we were providing as many supports as we could.
Yeah, it's very helpful that it's also brought that you can just start with like one tool and then it can snowball into like so many others. And Cecilia, what's resonating is like that there are measurable goals that you can like really track and just see. There's already like evidence-based kind of best practices or information that you can like build on. So yeah, I appreciate that, both these answers. And so I guess like the next question is, how has your school community really benefited from the AHS application process? As you can see, there's like all of these success stories and news, but yeah, just what are some examples that aren't done here?
I'll let Katie go first this time.
That sounds good. We can piggyback back and forth. For us, really, if you look at our 3-year history down this path, we just continue to grow and dig deeper. And one of the biggest things that we've found is that we now have a common language with the work that we're doing. Just like we did with our MTSS team and our PBIS implementation, it's pick off the low-hanging fruit, implement something new, refine it, get better at it, and then pick off the next thing. And through that work, we found that we have a common language, you have a common understanding. We have various district and site departments that are all working together on this same journey. It's not one person's work, it's all of our work together. So really it's been a cohesiveness for our staff and being able to bring everybody together in a common understanding and a common language, using the same tools so that we're not just scattered. It's really kind of refined and allowed us to provide a filter into the work that we're doing.
Yeah. And to piggyback off of that, our staff is dealing with so much every day. In alternative education, I'm sure at all school sites really, but alternative education sees a lot of challenging behaviors from our students. And so as you can imagine, that is something that resonates with our staff a lot. And we wanted to use this platform as a way of fostering a culture of gratitude and promoting positive staff and family relationships. And it's really done just that. The application process itself has really helped organize the way the school site and the family set priorities and really laying out our evaluating process and reflection of success and challenges that we've made throughout the year and leading to more of a cohesive and supportive school environment.
Wow, yeah. This is great that like it's just brought a lot of the team together with like a common goal, and like that it's something that you're able to like use for recognition and for a sense of pride in like the schools, so that you can just really work towards like a shared goal. So thank you for sharing that. And it's safe to say that there's like just a great like standardized version of like things that you can work towards, that like you don't have to create like new goals for, and there's a process with like all of these kind of like these big goals with wellness. Either it's like family and community engagement or like nutrition access, like any of the topics with the America's Healthiest Schools Award. There's just questions that you can ask yourselves and to look at strengths and opportunities for the future. So yeah. And I guess the next question is, how has your school community really celebrated the America's Healthiest Schools Award?
So for us, of course, we sport the banner at the front of our school, which is amazing because when new enrollments come in, that's something that parents ask. They're like, "What is that? You're one of the top 100 healthiest schools in America?" Like, what? So it's really awesome to share that with our new enrollments as they come in. But at the beginning of every school year, we do a back to school jam event. At all of our schools. And that has been so much fun because we really recognize all the hard work and the effort that goes into these school sites. And we really celebrate this kickoff to the beginning of the school year, inviting all the families, all the students, and all the staff to come and showcase our award and help us encourage more further potential parent involvement in our school health empowerment initiatives. And all of that supports, of course, our student achievement efforts for the upcoming year. And I do have to say, it helps when I'm writing and reviewing the LCAP goals for the year for our 3-year plan, right? This really does align very nicely with our LCAP goals. And so celebrating it also with our community partnerships have been amazing. So we invite the community to come over. We promote all the resources that we're providing and the supports to the families at that time, which leads to even more increased community partnerships each year, which we're very, very happy about. And so the recognition of being among America's top 100 healthiest schools has been truly a testament to the full collective efforts of the entire school community.
I guess I'd like to start by just talking a little bit about the various kind of depth that we've gone into at our school. The first year, when I found out about this, I told my team, let's just see what the application looks like. You know, easy. Let's just see what happens, right? And we qualified, I think it was in 3 areas that first year. And so, and that was with just doing the work that we already do in Ontario Montclair School District, right? It was a matter of filling out the application to get recognized in those areas. And then we said, hey, you know, the next year, let's see if there's a few pieces that we can tackle to kind of increase or get deeper or qualify in. And with very easy kind of adjustments and changes, we qualified in, I think it was 6 or 7, you know, categories the next year. And then I get this wonderful email that says, hey, you're invited to go to Washington, D.C. for a you know, leadership summit. And in all honesty, we ignored the email thinking it was spam and said no. And then somebody called us and said, no, like you really get to go to this. And so, you know, in attending the Leadership Summit in Washington, D.C., that second year of recognition, it really expanded my knowledge and understanding and kind of, you know, passion. And at that summit, there were, I think it was 13 or 14 schools that were all-star schools. They got up on stage with Chelsea Clinton and it was this big thing. And I came back and I said, hey team, guess what? Next year, I'm going to be up on that stage. And what do we need to do to get there? And so in doing that, my team really just rallied around the work. And it was, you know, implementing a few more things that really were not much different than the work we already do. It was really a matter of labeling the work we do and being intentional about it. And so in celebrating that with our school community, now that, you know, the next year, the Leadership Summit was in Little Rock, Arkansas at the Clinton Library. And so, and I made it up on that stage. I think we were the only one in San Bernardino County that were all-star schools. And I got to, you know, go get that recognition. But in doing that, we celebrated with our whole community, you know, a school-wide assembly. We Zoom with our students every day live in our morning announcements. So from the Leadership Summit both times, got on Zoom with the whole school, showed them some of the recognition we were receiving and allowed our students and staff to really participate along with me as I represented the school there. So, you know, just really kind of a fun celebratory option. We did a special breakfast service with a, you know, a really healthy breakfast one day to, you know, celebrate with the kids and, you know, just, you know, posing by the beautiful banners that we've received and, you know, making sure the community is aware of the work that we're doing.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds incredible. There's just so much shared positivity and passion at the Leadership Summit that you all could be eligible to go for if you're awarded in 4 or more categories with the America's Healthiest Schools Award. And I believe it's all expense paid, but don't quote me on that right now.
It's very
But
much all expenses paid. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's really great that there's just like so much more involvement and like things when you are recognized that one banner just starts off and there's a positive feedback loop. It's just really shared. And you can feel it because I went to one of the back to school jams that Cecilia hosted, and there were barbers there. There were like just so many community partners and vendors that like have so many great resources that you can share. And it's like, I feel like it's almost like just a a way to like bring people together and like to celebrate something. And like this is a great reason to like bring everyone together to just show like the progress that you've been making at the schools. And why not? Everyone loves a celebration. I feel like people come for everyone is always like putting things for birthdays or weddings. And so why not the America's Healthiest Schools Award as a centerpiece for celebration. And so this is great. I love these stories that you're just getting more and more people involved and shared buy-in. There's just so many themes of people being proud and like coming in together and saying like, "Hey, I do want to help," and you're building community with this. But yeah, and so this goes into the next question. You all are veterans with the America's Healthiest Schools Award. You've been getting the recognition, but what's the advice you have for first-time applicants?
The it's really a pretty simple application process. I was able to bring our team together, and we each kind of tackled one portion of the application, and making it, a team effort. We all go write our own pieces, and then we come together as a group and refine and review. But it's work that a lot of the work is really work that we already are doing, and we just need to document. And most of those documents are just a matter of collecting them together. So it's really for a big recognition and a lot of components, it's pretty easy when you're just following along the process that's already built for you. The thing that is one of my favorites is that if we're ever struggling in a category and we're like, we're not sure where, how, there's resources and tools available that give you some ideas or strategies of how to kind of bolster up in that category. So we've been able to use some of the internal tools to guide us along the way, and really just jump right in. But I'd say it's a pretty simple process as it is. Just a team helps.
Yes. And then to add to that, um, it is really things that you're probably already doing. And so it is really truly about organizing those thoughts and all processes that you're doing, setting clear and measurable goals for everything that you're doing. And just like Katie said, bringing in all of those experts who are working with the kids and working with the families and what they're doing and having them write that down and document. It really helps create a detailed action plan, and involvement from all educational partners in the process. So I'd say for first-time applicants, just it's really, really important to gather and document as much evidence as you can. Start putting together flyers, start putting together your sign-in sheets of how many people participated, your goals, look at your LCAP goals, look at your strategic initiative goals. All of those are going to play a hand in getting all of your data together. And I would also say keep the students and the parents informed in this type of process and get as much feedback from them as possible to really help guide your efforts throughout the year. We're constantly doing check-ins with our parents, our students, and our staff. We do focus groups and surveys, and every school is a little different in that the community may need a little something different. One community may need a little bit extra support and food, so we're going to highlight what we're doing there. Or another community may need more transportation support or tutoring. And so it's really things that you guys are already doing. It's just a matter of getting all the evidence together. And that's the only time consuming piece of it. But trust me, it's easier than you think.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a matter of like organizing and finding when you send something out or like looking through Outlook, and if you're doing it like while it's happening or you're just putting it in one shared document, like Katie was saying, like that's kind of the best way to go about it. But the first time around, like if you're just gathering and documenting in the application, it's really like just need to upload all of this stuff. And I love that you are asking for constant like feedback and you're constantly communicating with the school community. Cecilia, that's like amazing to get that back so that you can reach like or prioritize different goals and just see like what the community needs. Yeah. Thank you. Those were all the questions that I had. I can open it up for questions from the group. If any of you have like looked at the America's Healthiest Schools Award or just want to ask the panelists any questions that you have.
I don't have any questions, but I'm here in support. And I worked with Cecilia hands on deck with all her back to school events the last few years, and she does a wonderful job. I've been to a couple of her school sites and worked with the students, and it's amazing work to see what she has done in her program and throughout the whole county schools. I think it's great. And also with Katie, I work with Christine, the TOA at your school site. I've done some parent education there with the Spanish speaking parents. So I was able to do that this last year, and I'm hoping to get back in there. I just came back from leave. So I'm glad to be back and working with schools and programs, and I'm looking forward to doing more work with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Teresa. And I'll go into the details, but feel free to just type in the chat if you have any questions or just unmute yourselves. This was great to just kind of hear the experience that you all have. Cecilia, you've had to have how many schools is it? Is it 9 community schools that you're assisting with?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. And Katie, you've had to lead the way at your school and just kind of bring all the stakeholders together for to be an all-star awardee. So it's really amazing work what you two have done and what you can use to leverage when you are awarded the America's Healthiest Schools Award. And so I'll go into like the details for this. This is one of the longest like running recognition programs within the United States. Any school is eligible to apply for recognition. So if you're a charter school, if private or public schools are eligible, I do give support, just one-on-one support, or if you have multiple schools that you need support with, I'm happy to help with that process. And then like Cecilia has mentioned, schools do receive a banner, so some sort of promotional package to just share the accomplishments with the community and like any kind of media templates and communication toolkits. So these are things that are provided when you are awarded with the America's Healthiest Schools Award, and the application is open. And applications are due next month on April 15th. So there is a whole month to apply. You can choose one topic, or you can go for multiple topics. It just really depends on the work that you're doing, the work that you want to be recognized for, and what you think would be awarded. But I will just encourage you all to apply and earn like one of the spots on the America's Healthiest Schools awardee list.
Super.
And there are 9 topics. So what Katie has said, she has been awarded all 9 2 years ago, which is incredible that you're doing all of this work in all 9 categories. And you can pick and choose like which strengths that you have that you want to. And I would say like 9 is so many topics, but you can do it as well. But if you want to start off, like you can just apply for one topic that you're like, we are extremely strong in this. We have all the evidence. This just really requires like, just pulling together like some communication documents or toolkits. I know there's only 3 questions for supporting school health services. So if you're really big on like providing referral pathways, if you already had a health fair, If you have like IEP forms that you are using with your school team, like that is a great topic to start with. Otherwise, there's like different examples if you're hosting like, staff get-togethers or like potlucks that you already have baked in, like cultivating staff well-being would be a great topic. But yes, safe to say there are 9 topics for you to choose from. When you are really, yeah, 9 topics that you're interested in that you can just look into, and there is a guide. But the details on how to apply is just decide which topics. You can use the readiness tool. This is just a tool to kind of gauge like where you're at your school, if you are ready to apply in one topic, and if everything is really fully in place, like you should be good to go. This is just really like seeing if you would be ready or not. Um, because you won't know the results of the award until the summertime is when you get notification. So usually like August or July, late July, August is when you would get the results. And then there is a comprehensive award guide. So this is just a very detailed guide on on like how to be eligible for like each topic, examples of what you could upload, just examples like that on how you could be awarded. And then of course, like everything is through the Action Center. Um, and so I will share the Action Center link. But everything is through the Action Center, so you can make an account with us and let me know if you need approval for that, but you just click like your school and then join. And then our member engagement support team would approve your account since you're using a school email. But if they don't, email me and I will make sure that you have an account with us. But this is just an example of the America's Healthiest Schools Readiness Tool. Um, this is a video with this, so I can link that as well. And this is a video tour of the application. Let me see if I can play this. But it's really helpful to get like the context because you can just click like, I don't want to, okay. Oh, wow, great. Let me know if you can hear this.
Really, it's really hard to hear. I don't think anybody can hear.
Okay. Okay. Oh, let me link this afterwards, but you're welcome to watch through the walkthrough. It's just really looking at the America's Healthiest Schools Award and then putting in like contact information, like who your principal is, who the communications person is, and if you're applying, like you would be the main point of contact. So just put that information in, and then this is my contact information. You can sign up for our email listserv if you want additional information on webinars or just different resources. And there's just a wide range of things that you can look at if you're into like family and community engagement. There's all of these toolkits on our website as well. But yeah, I'm here for one-on-one support. And I just want to thank you all for joining and listening to Katie and Cecilia's stories on their application process and just what it's brought to their school communities. And
Thank you for sharing. You guys
Yeah.
are doing a great job out there.
I will end the slideshow.